Alright, what's going on YouTube? As always, this is the one and only review talk. Here to bring you a Taboo Tattoo Chapter 3 review. So stay tuned for more. Alright. So Chapter 3. Chapter 3 is actually pretty good. I liked it a lot better than Chapter 2. Chapter 2, even though it was fast, it was like somehow uninteresting. Chapter 3 though. Chapter 3 is actually pretty cool. Pretty cool. So you still have the Lieutenant Izzy fighting one of the, like I said, the opposite factions who would, I don't know if they mentioned her name, but the princess bodyguards. So she's fighting one of them who turns out to be like some type of sexual necrophiliac, like extremely, which is pretty disgusting. And then you got Justice. I mean, his name is Segi, but like I said in my previous videos, I don't call it Justice. So you got Justice fighting a controlled Toka, which is his like wife, mom. I don't know, it's the weird relationship they have. And that's what's still going on. So you got apparently, I don't know if that's Izzy's code name or not, but at least it's the code name that the Princess Bodyguards gave her, but she's called the Monday Rabbit or Monday Bunny. Well, same difference, I guess. I'm just gonna say Monday Rabbit. I don't know, to me it sounds pretty cool. So as they're fighting, she's like, he took away her jaw, so she can't do nothing but run. And he's got like a whip, and I think his whip can actually turn into like a big like viper or snake or cobra. Same difference, the snake, which like I said kind of reminds me of Zelda for some reason, just kind of does. So he's like beating her up, of course, and he's like taking off her clothes, but which is really weird. Like I said, this manga is pretty sexual, but man, it is what it is. But then she finds a way to run, and she goes down to like she's on top of the classroom, or fighting on top of the school. She goes down and she goes to the classroom, and then she finds Shock. But it's like, I don't know, to me it's like one of my favorite pages out of this chapter. So when she finds the Shock, she gets like extremely mad. She like, I get why they call her the Monday Rabbit or Monday Bunny. Because no crap, she had like a Susanoo, like legitly she had like a Susanoo, just, you know, a rabbit. But actually it's really cool, it looked like pretty legit. So she had like this Susanoo rabbit above her, and then she had like this like space wind scar type deal. All her moves are wind based. I don't know if I said that before, but she has a wind based spell crest. So she like this like vortex type deal, and then she like dips and ran, which is really nasty. So she lets out this vortex, and the bad guy, I forgot his name, but we'll call him Snake. So Snake, he's some of his fingers are like blown off, and he's got like missing parts of his arm and stuff, and he starts to eat his fingers, and I'm like, oh, that's disgusting. And then so then that goes back to the other scene of Toka, or possessed Toka, fighting Justice and Tom. Tom is the sergeant's name. I don't think they really mentioned it before, or at least they were quite subtle about it. So his name is Tom. So Tom's still on the floor because he got stabbed in the previous chapter. And you got Toko's you got Justice who's fighting Toka. Obviously he's not being like legit 100% serious because that's like his girlfriend-wife thing. And then they show like a backlash to who is possessed in Toka. I can't pronounce her name, I'm not even gonna try, but it starts with an I. So I started out as just some poor like bum on the street, and the princess went to her and pretty much was being excuse my language, was being a bitch. And so the princess had like a hamburger, and obviously she wanted it because she was homeless and hungry. But she wouldn't give her the food unless I licked her boots. And so she gets close to her, and obviously instead of licking her boots, she grabs like her umbrella and almost stabs the princess. And the princess pretty much thought that was like an awesome quality, that she was awesome, and she recruited her into her little bodyguard squad. The Princess Squad. That's what I'm gonna call it. It's called actually called Braham something, but I'm gonna call it the Princess Squad. So she recruits Ai, and that is who is possessing Toka. That's her spellcrest. She literally, like, I guess, goes inside like the mind. Like, she touches you and she goes inside your mind. Because I was confused about the whole chapter to the end, because Toka was still talking to Ai, and I'm like, how is she talking to her and fighting Justice at the same time? So that's what I got at the very end of the chapter. It's like she goes into your mind, and, you know, it's like you and her in the mind talking and doing whatever. But I don't think she's necessarily experienced with it, because she had trouble fighting Justice. Eventually Justice wins. He fights her pretty much using martial arts. He gets stabbed and all that fun stuff, and he headbutts her out pretty much. And then, or he headbutts her to like lose her hold on Toka, and then Tom miraculously gets up and uses his spellcrest, which is, I think, if I remember, it's called Noise Canceller. Which kind of, I don't know, sounds kind of cool. And he puts her out, and then Toka, I don't know why I keep saying it. Justice gets like furious, because he's like, you know, I understand why I'm in the situation. I accept my consequences for my actions, but the fact that you brought her in here and she did nothing, I can't respect that. So he gets like furious, and I don't think he even used blood. I think it just activated on its own. And he lets out like this ginormous, like legit, like as big as a house, like void, like black hole. But then Toka grabs him and it messes up, and then the villains go away. They say they're gonna regroup, come back, and that's the end of the chapter pretty much. I said, I don't know, this chapter is just a lot more interesting. Maybe it's because a lot more kind of happened. The last chapter, it was just the start of the fight, so everything was kind of slow. We got names and all that stuff, and even the backstory or the flashback to Ai. I mean, it's something. The woman that possessed Toka, I feel like it was actually really like accurately placed. Like, you know, she's fighting possessed with Justice. He's not doing too good, and they kind of settle down in the fight, and then that leads into the flashback. Like I said, that was pretty good. And actually, I really like, I'm gonna call her the Monday Rabbit now. Or just call her like the Rabbit. I'm calling her the Rabbit. I liked when she got her chalk and she had like that legit suit snow. Like, I thought it was cool. I think they make a lot of references. I don't know if they do this on purpose or not, but I feel like they make a lot of references to other manga and anime. Yeah, I don't remember if they had anything in part of chapter 1, but chapter 2 legit was Fullmetal Alchemist, like legit. I mean, granted, I guess the first Fullmetal Alchemy is decently a real thing. You know, if you want anything great in life, you have to sacrifice something of equal value, in a sense, you know. And it's literally no crap what she said in that chapter. And then this chapter, you have like the Susanoo, but it's like really cool. And
So
I mean,
you might not think, honestly, it's really good. It's fast paced, but a lot of stuff happened. You know, at least for the beginning chapters. Honestly, I'm really excited to see what's happening in the future. I'm pretty excited. So, I mean, that's pretty much it for the video. If you like this video, don't forget to comment below. Don't forget to like it, share it, and if you haven't watched or if you haven't read it, go ahead and read it. This anime series is gonna be, I think, made later on this year. But I mean, like I said, this is a pretty decent read. There's a lot. It's about 50 pages per chapter so far, but it's really not that bad. So, I hope you like it. This is Ryutachi, signing out.
They call it dubstep.